Good afternoon. Fade to black breaking news for this Wednesday, February 15th, 2023. I'm Jimmy Church, and this is all of the news that you need. Let's start off with OTD on this day in history, 1961. The entire 18-member U.S. figure skating team is killed in a plane crash in Belgium on this day in 1961. Fader fact. The planet Saturn can float in water. That's right. Let's get to the breaking news. Raquel Welch, the actor, the icon, breakout star of 1 million years BC, has died. She was 82 years old. Rest in peace, Raquel Welch. Yeah, kind of crushed. Cleanup is continuing after a train carrying toxic materials derailed in Ohio 11 days ago, while residents and observers question the health impacts of the pollution that spilled into the Ohio River. The Norfolk Southern Railroad operated train derailed on February 3rd, causing a fire that sent a cloud of smoke over the town of East Palestine, Ohio, and forcing thousands of residents to evacuate. After railroad crews drained and burned off a toxic chemical from 5 tanker cars, residents were told they could return to their homes. Here's the thing. This event has been completely ignored in the mainstream media, and I don't know why. Tonight, Asteroid 2005 YY128 will make its closest approach to Earth in more than 400 years. The asteroid is medium-sized, and it's about a half-mile wide. And observers with telescopes can watch it. In fact, on recent nights, amateur astronomers using telescopes have already been able to spot this space rock. Based on studies of its movement through space, astronomers have determined it will safely pass by our planet's south pole at about 12 times the moon's distance. And that's not that far. It's about 1.5 million miles. China's spy balloon took off from a base on Hainan Island along the country's southern coast. American intelligence reportedly believes now the satellite imagery that they have shows a home to a balloon launch facility. Researchers at the Middlebury Institute of International Studies identified the facility in satellite imagery from Planet Labs. The discovery follows reports that U.S. intelligence officials now think the People's Liberation Army launched the spy balloon from Hainan with the intent of spying on U.S. military bases in the Pacific. I've seen the images. It's a balloon base because there's balloons there being launched in the satellite imagery. There you go. More on that as the news develop. Now, according to Virgin Orbit, the first ever satellite mission from the United Kingdom failed to launch last month because a rocket fuel filter had become dislodged. A rocket engine overheated in turn, leading to the loss of the rocket and satellites it was carrying. Virgin Orbit sent up a 747 jet aircraft carrying the rocket from Cornwall on January 9th. The aircraft, the 747, returned safely. CEO Dan Hart said that the company would proceed cautiously towards the launch of its next rocket. A British Army officer has had 2 world records she broke in the course of an Antarctic trek, confirmed by Guinness. Her name, Preet Shandy, known as Polar Preet, has not only surpassed the world record for the longest polar ski expedition by a woman, but also the overall record. A Guinness spokeswoman said Captain Shandy from Derby had taken 70 days and 16 hours to do her polar ski trek. Her latest journey from the Hercules Inlet to the Reedy Glacier took place between November 13th, 2022 and January 23rd, 2023. Guinness confirmed she had broken the world record for both the longest solo unsupported one-way polar ski journey for a woman and also the longest unsupported one-way polar ski journey, period. And that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. A meteorite that crashed into a driveway in Wychcombe, England back in 2021 became contaminated with a sprinkling of table salt. That's right. And nobody really knows how it happened because it happened within hours of landing. Dashing, no pun intended, hopes that it could be a pristine example. The Wychcombe meteorite, which fragmented and fell into the driveway in a nearby sheep field in February 2021, was recovered and stored and sealed in bags very soon after it landed. Within hours for the fragment found in the driveway, and within days for the rubble in the sheep field. But even so, new research finds the meteorite had already begun to change due to its interaction with Earth's favorite seasoning, table salt. I'll leave that right there. An international team of codebreakers said today that they have found and deciphered the long-lost secret letters of 16th century monarch Mary, Queen of Scots. The long-rumored missing letters, which were found in a French library, may be the most significant discovery about the Scottish queen in a century. Mary, a Catholic, wrote the coded letters from 1578 to 1584 while she was imprisoned in England, and then she was beheaded in 1587 after being found guilty of plotting to assassinate Elizabeth I. Engineers from Caltech have discovered that Leonardo da Vinci's understanding of gravity, though not wholly accurate, was centuries ahead of his time. In an article published in the Journal of Leonardo, the researchers draw upon fresh looks at one of Da Vinci's notebooks to show that he had devised experiments to demonstrate that gravity is a form of acceleration, and that he further modeled the gravitational constant to around 97% accuracy. Da Vinci, who lived from 1452 to 1519, was well ahead of the curve in exploring these concepts, and it wasn't until the late 17th century that Sir Isaac Newton would expand on that to develop a law of universal gravitation, describing how objects are attracted to one another. Da Vinci's primary hurdle was being limited by the tools at his disposal, and he lacked the means of precisely measuring time as objects fell. He was right there. It's an incredible discovery. And there you go. There's your Fade to Black breaking news for this Wednesday, February 15th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. Breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. Go Beckley Tappy.